Howdy dudes, it's Leon. Now, I like free stuff as much as the next person, so I wanted to do a very quick video showing you a free impulse response I just downloaded. I haven't tried it out yet, but I just loaded it into my AX8. It's by Justin York, who makes the bipolar cab pack that I was talking about in my last video, which sounds amazing, and I'm pretty stoked to try this one out. Apparently it is based on some Celestian Blackbacks, sort of legendary 70 speakers. So what I've got this. I haven't touched anything in the cab block. I've dialed up the Brit 800 because, you know, the 70s, the 2203, it's the way to go. And yeah, I'm playing a Strat today, so we'll play some funky stuff. And yeah, I don't know, I haven't tried this yet, so let's see how it sounds just with the stock settings. Alright, so that sounds pretty good to me. It's a tad too trebly for what I like. I mean, I haven't touched the amp yet, so I'm going to go in and EQ it and do a couple of things in the cab block, so hopefully this can double up as like a demo of the IR and also a how to tweak your IR and your amp kind of video as well. I'm not going to go into like the advanced tab or anything. I'll just do everything on this kind of front panel. So listening to that, I mean, I'm playing a Strat, which is a bright guitar, and the Brit 800's a pretty bright sounding amp model. So the first thing I'm going to try to do to level that out, because it's an old Marshall, we'll actually turn the master up, and hopefully that will A, give us a bit of drive, and B, you know, give us some of that power amp saturation and smooth things out. I'll try 7. Straight away you can hear that that's a little less kind of twangy. If I turn it back down to 4, it's more saturated and that top end smooths out a little bit. It's still really bright though, so I'm going to turn the treble down to about 3. If I was playing a Les Paul, I'd probably leave it where it is. The next thing I'll do is I'm going to crank the bass up on this a little bit just to see how we can get rid of some of that kind of snap. That's a little bit too much, I think. Let's try 7. Let's compare it to 5 again to make sure that I'm not full of crap. That's cool. I mean, it's still pretty bright sounding, but it's not ice picky. It doesn't have that horrible on the cone kind of sound. So I imagine that's coming from the impulse response. And I'll play around with the presence. I might turn that up actually. Or do I prefer it down? I'll have a listen. Man, to be honest, it doesn't sound like it's... I think I like it higher. I'm gonna leave it there for now, and I'll also bump the mid-range up a little bit, not to 67 but to 6. Again, because I'm playing a Strat, I want some more mid-range and some more low end. And I might play with the master again, maybe. Let's see what it sounds like really high. I like that. That's nice and saturated. I'll bring the gain down a little bit so we got some. There's a neck pickup for reference. I really like that. That is a definition of fat sounding on the neck pickup to me. and I haven't touched the cab lock at all. I'm pretty happy with that tone actually overall. So that's pretty cool. It sounds like a Strat. I think that's the most important thing. You want it to sound like your guitar. You want it to sound fundamentally different. Maybe pick a different guitar. I'm just going to do a little bit of high cut and low cut tweaking here. Again, because when you turn these up really loud, the frequency is going to blow out. But it's not too boomy in the low end, which I like. So I'll try 60, which actually makes it sound worse. I might try 40. That's cool. It's still got that kind of like thuddiness to it. So very, very, very subtle low cut, and there's a bit of that obnoxious high end still in there, which might have to do with where I've got the presence control. So I'm going to play around. I'll try take the low cut to about 8K. Which, as you can hear, makes a massive difference. Straight away, that sizzle in the top end's gone. So I might take that. I might take to about 12, because I did like the sizzle. And I might actually turn the presence down. I changed my mind about that. Which... now that's kind of that's bridge pickup on a Strat. And that's the neck pickup. Neck and bridge, middle. Which is getting there. I might just, again, tweak the high cut a little bit. Try 10K this time. Still just the tiniest amount. Now I'll go down 500 increments. Maybe 9K will be the winner. Which is cool. That definitely sounds like a 57 on some kind of Celestion speaker, which I'm happy with, but it doesn't have the, pardon me, the super obnoxious high end, and it's pretty balanced in the mids and the lows, so I think that sounds really good. That's something you could build a preset around. Of course, I lied. I'm going to go into the advanced section. I'm going to tweak the motor drive. That's my one go-to that I really like to play around with. I'm going to turn that up to 5. Which adds that kind of squish. Might even add a bit of speaker drive actually for something a little more 70s sounding. Not really noticing that yet. That sounds pretty cool. I guess the idea is like if you had a real JCM 900 on 9, it would be the loudest thing in the known universe, so it would be tearing up the cab just the tiniest amount. So and let's go for the Trower Hendrix kind of thing. I'm going to put a fuzz on that. I'm going to go with a fuzz face. Just cause. Let's see. Fuzz face, face fuzz. There's the one. I don't want to tear my face off with high end. Actually, that sounds pretty cool. Might be a little bit fuzzy. Just a little bit. That's more like it. I'm digging that in a big way. And I like on the bridge pickup there, you can got that thrack to it. It's not too dark, but on the neck pickup, it's a bit woolly. Might turn the level up just a little bit to push the front end of the amp rather than to add more fuzz. There There it is. That's the sound I want. And from there, I would add a univibe in the front and just a little bit of tape delay really quickly so that I'm not rambling on too much. Go to the phaser block and go to classic vibe, and we can hear what that sounds like. I'm going to turn the rate up and double it. Let's add some delay. There's a mono tape delay, about 320, I reckon. Let's hear that. Crank the level up. And that to me sounds pretty smoking. If I turn the fuzz off, my volume control down. Yeah. Alrighty, so there we go. Hopefully that gives you a good overview of how to pair a cab IR to an amp. It gives you a good idea of this free impulse response. If you go to the Fractal Audio Forum and search for it, it's posted there, Justin York Audio. Really, really nice sounding IR actually. And, you know, then how to basically dial in a sound for a Strat with this kind of classic 70s sort of setup. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, subscribe and tell your mates and leave some comments on there. Been getting some very interesting comments on here and some really good feedback, which I'm happy about. So, yeah, thanks again.